Let's focus on hospitals and diagnostic space. Now, Centrum expects the hospital revenue to grow by 17% on account of an increase in bed capacity. Rising share of the wellness segment will also help diagnostic companies. To discuss this and more, we're now joined by Sumit Gupta, AVP Research at Centrum. Thank you very much, Sumit, for joining in. Let's start with the broad call that you have on diagnostics in hospitals. What is the thesis that you're growing with for the next, say, 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, hi. Good morning. Thanks for having me. So for regarding the hospitals, so majority of the growth will likely be coming from bed additions on a YY basis. And apart from that, you can say 4 to 5% growth in the ARPOB. On the diagnostics front, it will be likely led by volume growth and a bit of mix change. And it will depend on company to company what kind of strategies that they are building in. Let's say for Dr. Lal, they are primarily focusing on volume growth and a slight improvement in mix. And some other companies are like Metropolis, they are also focusing on volume growth. Apart from that, price growth is also there. So it is very company specific.
In hospitals, which stock do you like the most right now and why?
So it is Aster DM and Max Healthcare, which we like on a continuous basis over the next 2 to 3 years. Max is likely because if you see the kind of expansion that it is going through, majority of it will be brownfield expansion, nearly 70-75%. So that will lead to lower margin dilution and higher ROCE. So in that case, we remain positive on Max Healthcare. And with respect to Aster, we see the care merger will be done completed by Q4 FY26, and in that sense, you will see basically it is becoming the top among the top 3 hospitals, biggest hospitals in terms of bed capacity in the nation. And if you see the overall geographic expansion and apart from that, the financial metrics are also expected to improve a lot.
Yeah, Aster is Sumit. Hi, morning, Prashant here. Aster is the one which took over. A quality care, right? I mean, that was the big merger which had happened. That Blackstone.
Yes.
Okay.
Quality care and Aster, yeah.
Yeah. I think 10,000 odd capacity now. But with hospitals, Sumit, are these quarterly numbers? Because I'm assuming it's a business where you go through a phase of expansion, adding capacity, and then a couple of years, you stabilize it. Then you go on another spree, of expansion. So these are the Max and Aster are kind of sort of tactical, or based off of your view of what second quarter will look like, or I mean slightly more sort of longer term opinion here.
It's a slightly longer term point of view. Max and Aster both in terms of the kind of alpha generation capability that these two have. So this is where I believe Aster is the number one, and followed by Max in terms of that the alpha generation capability. However, the point that you highlighted that hospitals, first of all, they do expansion, and for quite few years post that, there is a lull period in terms of no expansion. So that is the nature of the hospital industry. So let's say for 3 to 4 years, these hospitals expand, and then you will see a slight dip in profitability. And once the expansion stops, in that case, the ROCEs improve. So that's the quality of nature of basically you can say the industry fundamental.
No, absolutely. Do you have coverage on HCG,
No.
Sumit?
No.
Okay. What else do you cover in that space?
So Max, Vedanta, Aster, Rainbow, Yatharth, Artemis.
Okay. Okay. Is there there's a company called, I think, GPT Healthcare, Calcutta-based. Ever looked at it? Small company. But
it's a good company, but I won't be able to comment more on it. However, remains in a good state in that particular market. So that's a growing market as of now, and there's a lot of focus from other hospital players also in the east and northeast region, especially Raipur market also.
On diagnostics, what is the call? You were talking about how volumes will be the big driver for growth. I mean, what is the top line EPS growth that you expect for this sector? And which stock do you like the most here?
So within the diagnostics, I like Dr. Lal. And overall basis, I expect around 12 to 13% kind of growth on the revenue side, and similarly on 14 to 15% kind of growth on the earnings side. Dr. Lal, I like it is largely because the majority of the growth is coming from the volume, basically volume growth, and not deliberately taking a price hike. And if you see positive operating leverage also playing out in terms of the margin expansion for Dr. Lal.
What about on the competitive side? I mean, they've gone through a period of very high competitive intensity, pricing pressure. Is that now coming to an end, and are we looking at price increases now going forward?
Yes, the kind of competitive intensity that we have seen over the last 3 to 4 years, it has now more or less now abated. It is more of the incumbents and the competition from the hospital-based labs, which is the predominant theme as of now. However, if you see the majority of the competition is between the routine and the semi-specialized test, and that too into the pathology segment largely. So the companies which are into specialized and super specialized testing, they will continue to do well.
This time, Sumit, for diagnostics, as CEO was, or maybe that was the last quarter, actually this quarter, right? The dengue season was, thankfully for you and me, it was not a bad dengue season.
Right.
But not great news for diagnostic companies.
Yes,
But that's a big variable, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, we will see a slide down, basically lower revenue growth with respect to the diagnostic companies. So basically, it was a continued monsoon season. In that case, there was lower footfalls in the diagnostic labs, pan India. So we will see a lower volume growth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good speaking, Sumit, and hope to connect once we have the numbers with us, right? And the report will invite you back for a review in terms of what you like. But Aster and Max from a hospital's perspective is what Sumit is focused on from a longer term perspective.